it's a shame that people didn't or won't yet use the decentralized rails of doing this themselves. And you've gone to the middleman and given Wall Street some of your cash again. But I also understand that if you are a RAA in Omaha and you quite like this idea, you can't get your customers to invest via direct holdings of Bitcoin. So it's a conundrum. And as you say, it's good for the space because it's going to bring new capital into the space. That'll bring new innovation. That'll bring more VC money. That'll bring, good for our bags. It's, overall good. But they're doing it in the old-fashioned way, which is bad.
Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin says builder culture has returned to Bitcoin with the advent of Bitcoin ordinals and BRC20. Meanwhile, the United Arab Emirates has positioned itself as the new up-and-coming Bitcoin mining hub, and the U.S. government has begun to dispense funds retrieved from the massive 2016 Bitfinex hack. Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin has given props to the advent of Bitcoin ordinals for bringing back the organic return of builder culture to the Bitcoin ecosystem during a Twitter space on July 7th. Buterin praised ordinals and the BRC20 token standard, which he sees as a rejection of stagnant politics in the Bitcoin ecosystem. Ordinals are starting to bring back a culture of actually doing things. It feels like there's real pushback to the laser eye movement, which is good. Hello and welcome to Money Talks. In today's video, Raoul talks about BlackRock adopting Bitcoin and his thoughts about if it was all planned or not, and why at this specific time they applied for Bitcoin ETF and more. So without further ado, let's get started with the video.
But I do remember back in 2021, he was on CNBC and he started talking about when they put some stuff on Bitcoin onto the BlackRock website and they had a record number of hits on the website. He's like, I paid attention that people want this as a product.
Yeah.
And it was just him talking about it that got it. So I think he's been across the line for a while. And I think they've been waiting for both the right regulatory environment and the right time in the market. And we're Bitcoin's up, 100% from the low. It's starting to feel like people are starting to understand that we're likely in a bull market again. And so therefore they've rolled it out. I mean, from my conversations with most of these institutions is they've all been working on it. They all know it's coming, but it's waiting for the SEC to say what they can do. And I think the trade-off here is Gensler's like, I need a political break here.
Yeah.
Because he's getting destroyed by stopping all innovation in the United States.
Yes.
And stopping opportunity to investors, which I think is disgraceful. So I think he's thought, okay, well, I've said Bitcoin is okay, so why don't I just get that across the line?
Yeah.
So then, look, everybody lined up to do this, which is fine for all of us because it will just bring fresh capital into the digital economy.
Yeah.
And that'll get disseminated across the digital economy into different places. That'll invigorate the cycle. But yeah, most of these people, even Jamie Dimon, they've got a huge group of people working on blockchain technologies at JP Morgan. Goldman Sachs do, Apollo do. I mean, they've all got it. So they're just waiting and waiting. The US justify this when you have Vegas.
Yeah.
Anybody can go and do anything there. You can put your entire paycheck in at whatever age, at 18 or 21, whatever you're allowed. Do whatever the hell you want. But oh my God, should you decide you want to invest in a technology that might be disruptive? No, you can't do that. And the reason being is it's all about gatekeepers.
Yeah.
It's the gatekeepers between you and I and the opportunity. They don't want you to get directly to the opportunity. And crypto is about democratizing that opportunity. They wanted their share.
Yeah.
And here's Larry getting his share of the same pie, right? None of us need to go to Larry Fink to get our Bitcoin. We just buy an exchange and stick it in your ledger device. But he's going to get everybody else to come through his vehicle. He's seeing what's going on. He can see that BlackRock is like out of touch with the ordinary person. BlackRock's 10 trillion is that baby boomer wealth we've talked about. And really, they need to change to attract the younger investors. I mean, that's a truism I know that these asset managers have. A big problem is how the hell do we attract these people you're going to have to give them products that they want, not what products that you want to sell them.
Yeah.
Bitcoin teased more range-bound moves on July 7th as traders recovered from a day of volatility. Bitcoin bulls had hoped that new yearly highs the day prior would allow BTC USD to exit its months-long trading range for good, but ended up disappointed. The largest cryptocurrency saw rejection at $31,500, falling below the $30,000 mark just hours later to challenge the lower part of the range. Looking ahead, traders thus reverted to risk-off mode in the short term. Crypto Tony said $30,000 acting as good support for now, but now follow-through form the bears. Another day of ranging I imagine we shall see, which should mean pumpy on our hash altcoins. Bitcoin, 4H RSI almost fully reset as price made its way towards the local range lows. I'm not expecting much volatility over the weekend, likely just more range-bound PA, he told Twitter followers. Longer-term perspectives likewise continued the overall bullish narrative, with short-term retracements and sideways movement below resistance a necessary hurdle to overcome. Among them was that of Trader Cause, who, like various other market participants, dispelled fears over a deeper come-down challenging Bitcoin's uptrend. With a lot of people talking about shorter-term pullbacks, it's important to keep the bigger picture in mind and not lose focus. Whether we pull back to 28K, 29K, or wherever else, this weekly chart is undoubtedly bullish, in my opinion.
My guess is there's some people who work in those institutions who know about the crypto cycle and might say, hey, listen, if we're going to get a product out, get it ahead of all the big demand, let's get it through the SEC. Because the halving comes in 2024, and as you know, I think the halving is coincidental also with the global government debt cycles, which is like a 3.5-year, 4-year cycle, which came after every single central bank on earth reset interest rates in 2008 to zero. So everybody kind of issued 3 to 5 year debt. They have to roll it, and that's what keeps driving the balance sheet. That happens to be exactly the same time the Bitcoin came out. So they're all on the same merry cycle together. So yes, I'm sure that they're aware of when you want to get product ready for market, because it's, a lot of products. I mean, I even started an asset management firm, which is a crypto fund of funds. But by the time we got our shit together, we launched it at the peak of the markets. You have to go through the downside and then back up through the other side. So yeah, if anybody who launches stuff now, it's perfect timing. Well, liquidity over time grows because the number of active users and the number of applications. So I don't think of it as a fixed state thing. You're a Tesla guy. The liquidity in Tesla 7 years ago is not the same as liquidity today, right? You can probably swing around $1 billion in Tesla now. $1 billion back then was a big deal. So I think we need to be wary of that. But for the rest of us, there's not much supply around, and a big whales come in, which is, it's not BlackRock themselves. They're not really buying stuff. Yes, they have to have a float, but what they're doing is enabling access to all of these RIAs, asset managers, pension funds. And that little door is going to create big waves for us when that whale comes jumping into the sea. So, it's great, and it will create huge problems. I'm actually even more concerned by ETH because of ETH burning. I mean, it's been deflationary as a network for quite a while now.
Yes.
And that's not much of a bull market. I mean, what the hell happens if we have a full bull market and we're still moving people to become stakers? So if like 30% of the network staked and we start going to one of these crazy bull markets, there's just no ETH around.
So what's your price prediction for Bitcoin at the end of 2023? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon with the next video. Thank you so much for watching.